a keynote speaker who is from the United States. His name is James Dawes, and he was actually working on a book for which he interviewed not the victims, but the perpetrators, Japanese perpetrators who participated, not really knowing what they were really doing, or what they knew what they were forced to do. So he was interviewing the perpetrators, and he actually read some parts of the interviews, which was quite painful. So I was wondering what kind of, you probably know better about this book if the book is out, but I was wondering what kind of contemplative space it opened for the audience.
No?
Lisa, don't you have a comment? I personally really want to hear what you you're not leaving the room with what you're going to say. Thank you.
I have too many things to say that I don't think I can ever say it in 1 minute. So I'll just list questions. One is, if you know what I wrote about Hiroshima Traces, I will be very much critical of this kind of universalizing mood of this particular atrocity, because universalist perspective, like the one Scary takes, often confiscate critical reflection on particular power dynamics, racism, colonialism, militarism, occupation, so on and so forth. So I will be very critical of that. But at the same time, if in my spiritual traces, but I also said the kind of ethical distance that a witness testimonials would have about speaking for the dead, right? The power takes place by becoming a subject of speaking in proxy for the dead. So that is another question that I like to raise. The other question is, as much as I'm invested in particular outcome, specific outcome of redress and reparation, getting reparations apology is not the same as achieving justice. So justice needs to be thought of as something beyond the material, juridical, legislative matters. So that's the third question. Fourth question is specifically about this traveling memories and Americanization of Japanese war crimes, which I also wrote about. But I think here, I think there are two things that one can say. One is there is we need to reflect on speaking as Americans. And I'm speaking as somebody who was born in the US, grew up in Japan, went back and forth as 25 years each in the US and Japan. So I'm speaking really both from a Japanese point of view and Japanese American point of view here, but we do need to be reflective of speaking from the position of American, even though we are minoritized as Asians, especially given the ways in which the United States has fought its wars and committed atrocities and never charged with war crimes in all the wars ever since World War II ended. So that's one. But I also want to share interesting anecdotes. Whenever I go to these global alliances for justice, Asian American, North American activism, organizing to gain redress and reparation from Japan, Japanese corporation government, there's always younger generation who say, why are we talking about this now? When in fact US is killing all these people elsewhere in the world. So I think as intellectuals, I think people who are invested in these issues have responsibility to respond to these questions as well. I think, and there's another very interesting matter that comes out is there's always Americanization of Japanese war crimes is not only Americanization, but also Asian Americanization. And Asian Americanization, given the historical fact that Asian Americanization always began with US imperialism and military intervention in Asia, you always inevitably bring in contradictions and questioning of US presence in Asia, whether in Korea or the Philippines or Japan or elsewhere. So those are the kind of comments, questions that I wanted to
15 seconds. I think the contemplative space has become a disturbing space. It's become a disturbing space rather than a contemplative space. And I think we need not forget, but we need to move on.
review? You want me to review? Respond? How about Gayle? I think we have, sorry, I'm not a very successful chairman, but still I think, given the situation we have seen all this heated discussion, I think I should give you, but I should say that the last thing we will do would be to perpetuate hate. Still in a case like this, I think it's a good occasion for people from different parts and regions in Asia to look at a very tragic incident in history. Not only to look at that in the face, also to reflect on that, and also to look at the situation right now, so that we might have some kind of precautious testimony to prevent things like that to happen again in the future. Thank you very much. I'd like to end with a commercial as a starving artist. I brought these two books. This is my book from 1987. It has nothing to do with my Nanjing series. This is a recent issue of Bamboo Ridge. I have 3 poems in it. It has nothing to do with the Nanjing master series. But if you're interested in writing either by me or